All right, so step 1. What you want to do is to make A equal to 1. Right now, what is A? 2. Good. So here's how we do this. You do it by factoring. So y equals 2 parentheses. Okay? And what do we get? X squared minus. Yeah, but I would rather you write this. And then what?
Plus 2.9 over 4. Plus 2.25. I don't know.
Okay. And step 2, in there we make room. Meaning, I want this third position under my control. So we leave it blank and make room by sticking that 4 on the outside. I don't factor the 2 from the 4. Then step 3 is the completing the square. So inside the parentheses, A is 1, right? So that's good. So then I take B inside the parentheses, and who is it? Negative 3 over 2. And I take half. Now I can take half 2 different ways. I can do this, but I think in general this would be more useful. I could take half this way. So what's half of negative 3 halves? Negative 3 over 4. And then I square it. So if I square this, I get what? 3 times 3? 9. 4 times 4? 16. And I add the 9 over 16 here. So I take half of b and square it, take half and square it, and add inside, you might say. So you're right, I'm not using very mathematical terms like make room, add inside, but I'm hoping they connect with you. All right? Now, did I just change the problem? Yes, I did. Because this is still what? So that's not changed, is it? This is still what? Okay, but this wasn't here before, was it? But who is this really? 2 over 1 times 9 over 16 is what? Oops. Is it 9 over 8? So I really added 9 over 8. Mr. Mori giveth and Mr. Mori taketh away. So if I'm going to add 9 over 8, brand new, I better subtract 9 over 8. So step 4, we could say we add and subtract. So then step 5, we are going to factor. So I keep the y, I keep the equals, I keep the 2. And I'll show both of these now, but after a while I shouldn't have to. How do I make x squared? X and x. How do I make 9 over 16? It's easy. 3 over 4 times 3 over 4. If I do this right, these both should be the same. Makes life so much easier. And then, how do I make a negative here? Make them both negative. Right? Because I'll get a negative 3/4 and another negative 3/4. That's a negative 6/4. But what is that reduced to? Negative 3/2. See how that works? But since it's the same, and you know how lazy I am, can't I just square it? Hence the phrase completing the square. This 9 over 16 completes this polynomial so that when I factor, it's a perfect square. Okay? Then I look over here, and how come you're not writing? I see the blip. So if I'm going to combine these two, what do I need?
Make 4 a fraction.
Common denominator? Right, make a fraction. So I have minus 9 over 8. So I'm thinking I need something over 8. How can I write 4 to be something over 8?
32.
Very good.
23 over 8.
And so we factor and add. We factor what's inside the parentheses and we add what's on the outside. How we doing? Now, I'm not expecting you to memorize these steps. I expect you to see that they just make sense. You just do them. Okay? Because memorizing 5, 6, 7, 10 steps is too hard. But seeing what my goal is should make perfect sense. So then, lastly, I get y equals 2 parentheses what? 3 over 4 squared. Keep going.
Plus
Plus is good. 23
over 8.
over 8.
And then your vertex.
So then, now I have it what they call vertex form. Why do you think they call it vertex form? Because you can see the vertex. And so the vertex is what? 3/4 to the right.
And then 23 and
23 over 8 up. Now, let me show you one more thing and I'll take a question. Just a rough, basic understanding sketch. Where is this point?
a little bit less than 3.
Okay, to the
Up.
right and up, so over here someplace. Now, if this number is positive, what is that telling me about the parabola?
It's going
Going to go up. So, if you set this equal to 0 to look for the x-intercepts, you're done. Because will this ever hit the x-axis? No. You see that? There's not going to be any x-intercepts if they ask you for it in this case. What if you have a vertex here and the number in front was negative? It would go down and you would again have no what? X-intercepts.
whole thing is just to find.
Supposed to be minus, I keep doing that, okay. That's why.
Oh, I put minus on inside and then addition.
What?
That would suck, right?
You like that tickling thing?
Yeah. Oh, I hate that second. I hate that so much.